Hi, I'm Vika Vinogradova from the Recipes for Lazy channel. Today we're featuring rice-based recipes. Very lazy, very simple. Expect many lunches and dinners, but let's begin with breakfast. Let's prepare a very appetizing and tasty pina colada rice porridge. For one large portion of porridge, we take half a can of rice flakes, add coconut milk and water in a ratio of 1:3. That is, for half a can of flakes, 1.5 cans of liquid. Bring to a boil and simmer for 3 minutes over low heat under a lid, or if there are no flakes, cook like regular rice porridge for 20 minutes until ready. Also on coconut milk. Then we turn off the heat and add 4 tablespoons of coconut shavings, stir, leave to infuse for a couple more minutes under the lid. We put pineapples on the ready porridge. I didn't add sugar and other sweeteners, as it becomes sweet due to the pineapples, but of course you can sprinkle with sugar or pour syrup. I used canned pineapples. The porridge turns out with an exotic taste, pina colada. The next recipe is not only lazy but also quick. It's microwaved fried rice. In a microwave-safe dish, we lay out half a cup of washed rice and add a cup of water. Pour in a tablespoon of soy sauce and the same amount of vegetable oil. Stir, cover with a lid or plate, and send to the microwave for 10 minutes at maximum power. Meanwhile, cut the sausage. Alternatively, use ham, bacon, or any other sliced meat. I have carbonara. We also prepare a vegetable mix. For example, frozen vegetables will do just fine. I have green peas, zucchini, string beans, and carrots here. 200 grams in total. In a separate bowl, we break an egg, add salt, and mix. We take the rice out of the microwave. The water has completely evaporated and the rice is almost ready. We add soda and vegetable mix to it, stir and put it together with the egg in the microwave for 2 minutes. The rice should be covered with a lid. Here. Now the rice is fully cooked. We flip the egg and break it into small pieces. We get a delicious fried rice, almost the same as they cook it in Asia, but made much faster. I also have a recipe for a very appetizing pie with a filling made from rice and boiled eggs. Mix 3 eggs in a bowl. 100 grams of kefir, 100 grams of mayonnaise, and a pinch of salt. Add 20 grams of flour, 50 grams of starch. I have corn and half a teaspoon of soda. We mixed everything and the dough is ready. It should be such a thick consistency. For the filling, we take half a can of rice. That's 100 grams. We boil it in salted water, cook the rice until it's ready under a lid. We will also need 3 eggs. We also boil them for 10 minutes. We grease the baking dish with butter. The size of my dish is 24 centimeters in diameter. We pour out half of the dough, level it out, and spread it out completely. We grate the cheese and eggs on a large grater and spread it over the rice. Slightly salt it and pour the second half of the dough. We level everything out and bake in the oven at 180 degrees for 45 minutes. This is the kind of rumpled beauty we get. And this is what it looks like when cut. The dough with kefir and mayonnaise is incredibly tasty. By the way, I baked the pie in new cookware from the Ramenhof brand. My set is called Aster, and it's perfect for preparing any dishes of any complexity. It includes a pot, a saucepan, a frying pan, a sauté pan, and convenient removable handles, thanks to which the set doesn't take up much space and is very convenient to store, also because of the removable handles. All items are usable on the stove and in the oven. Moreover, the Astra set is suitable for all types of stoves, including induction ones, and it can also be safely washed in the dishwasher. In addition to this, there is a lid made of heat-resistant glass with holes for draining and steam release, and special protective pads made of felt for safe storage. All the dishes in the set. Aster has a 5-layer marble non-stick coating, thanks to which it serves much longer and requires significantly less oil for cooking. There are many benefits. The set is available on Tam in 2 colors, gray like mine and red. Definitely a good set worth its money, very high quality and incredibly convenient to use. I'll link to purchase it below the video description. Let's continue with the next recipe, which will be lazy pilaf. We heat up the skillet, add a little oil and fry for a couple of minutes on high heat. 400 grams of meatballs to give them a golden color. Then we add 400 grams of frozen vegetable mix. I took this one. We sprinkle a glass of washed rice. Season with pepper, add spices to taste. I took dried Caucasian herbs, cumin and turmeric. Pour in about 3 glasses of water, simmer on low heat under a lid until ready for 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the type of rice and the size of the grains. And here it is. This is how lazy pilaf turns out. The next couple of recipes. The following recipes are for sausage enthusiasts. I first prepared the dish with bulgur, but it turns out just as well using rice. Cut 14 ounces of hunting sausages or any other smoked meats. I cooked it in a multi-cooker, but it can also be done in a thick bottom saucepan. Fry the sausages for a couple of minutes. During this time, cut 1 sweet pepper and 3 to 4 stalks of celery into cubes. Add the vegetables to the sausages and fry for a couple minutes until soft. Pour washed bulgur or rice into the pan. Pour in 2 cups of water. Season, stir in simmer covered for 20 minutes. You get a hearty and satisfying lunch. For the next recipe, cut 400 grams of sausage or sausage products. I have carbonade. You will also need 1 large tomato or a handful of small ones. If these are cherry tomatoes, we cut them into quarters. Cut the large tomato into cubes. Put a large frying pan on the fire, add vegetable oil, a piece of butter. Here we add the garlic, fresh or dried as I have used. Add the sliced sausage, a handful of washed rice and sliced tomatoes. Season and fry for a few minutes until the rice and sausage are golden. If desired, you can add a piece of butter to enhance the flavors and make it more aromatic. Add 2-3 TBSP of mayonnaise, stir and cover with water. The water should fully submerge the rice. Simmer covered on low heat for 20 minutes until done. Open the pot and check if the water is absorbed and the rice is cooked. If so, remove it from the heat. The rice has a consistency similar to paella, not crumbly. It is aromatic and delicious. I also have a delicious recipe for a casserole with stuffing and pumpkin. This casserole is incredibly divine. Rinse a glass of rice and soak it for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, peel and desate the pumpkin. Grate the pulp using a large grater. The cleaned pumpkin should weigh around 1.1 pounds. Add 2 eggs. We salt, pepper and add 3 to 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise, natural yogurt or sour cream. Stir it, take 400 grams of minced meat. I have beef with pork. Add rice to it, salt, pepper, stir. Grease the baking dish with vegetable oil. My dish is 10.24 inches in diameter. We layer minced meat with rice on the bottom and top it with zucchini. Bake at 180 degrees for 40 minutes until done. The casserole will brown like this, and you will get a very tasty combination of flavorful zucchini and stuffing with rice. And you can also cook a very cool fish. We lay out the baking dish in a stack of washed rice we salt, topped with tilapia fillet. flounder, cod, hake, or similar fish can be used instead of tilapia. We also salt the fish, pepper it. On top we lay out spinach. You can take fresh, I took frozen. Accurately pour in a glass of water. And a glass of coconut milk. If you add coconut shavings, it will be even tastier. Cover with foil and bake for 30-40 minutes. Go by how the rice absorbs all the liquid. You get such a light dinner with exotic notes. And I also have a very cool one. I have a fantastic mushroom recipe that also includes bulgur, but as mentioned, rice can be easily substituted. Cut 5.29 ounces of champignons. Fry them in a heated pan. At the same time, cut 1 large tomato and a bunch of greens. It can be green onions, herbs, parsley, or dill. Once the mushrooms release moisture and begin to brown, add a handful of rinsed buckwheat or rice. Sprinkle with vegetable oil and roast for a few minutes until it is slightly browned. Season with salt, add 3.5 ounces each of zucchini and peas, canned or frozen. Pour in water and simmer over medium heat for 20 minutes until the bulgur is ready or ice. Then add tomatoes, greens, and it can be served at the table. For the next recipe, we put a small saucepan on the fire, pour in vegetable oil, add a piece of butter, and lay out in a glass of washed rice. Fry for a few minutes so that the rice is slightly browned. Fill with water. The water should be a couple of centimeters above the rice. Cook until ready for 20 minutes under a lid on a slow fire. In parallel, we put another pan, add oil, and throw 200 grams of peeled shrimp there. Fry them until browned on the sides. Add spices to taste. I used smoked paprika and fresh garlic. Fry for a couple of minutes depending on the size of the shrimp and then set them aside. And instead of shrimp, we throw in vegetables. You can take a frozen mix. I cut fresh vegetables. I have sweet pepper and carrot. If there is not enough oil, add more. Fry for a few minutes until the vegetables become soft and golden. Then we add boiled rice, pour soy sauce, somewhere 3 to 4 tablespoons. Add 2 eggs, stir, return to the shrimp and simmer for 2 to 3 minutes on low heat under a lid. And such a lovely dish results. The next recipe is quite exotic and will surely delight fans of Asian cuisine. Or when you need to surprise guests. We will need a pineapple, cut it in half, and scoop out the pulp with a spoon. If you don't want to do the original beautiful presentation, you can use canned pineapple. On a skillet, we saute a bit of garlic and finely chopped onion. Pondering, we add 400 grams of sliced chicken fillet and fry until half cooked. We break a couple of eggs and stir, fry literally for a minute, then add bitter cashew, diced, sweet pepper, curry seasoning. A couple of tablespoons of soy sauce. You can take a couple of teaspoons of fish, but if there is none, nothing terrible. 2 teaspoons of sugar, a pinch of salt. If desired, you can add hot sauce or not add. We lay out the boiled rice, stir it, and let it simmer on a slow fire for a couple of minutes. Then we add 100 grams of frozen peas and pineapples, stir everything, and fry for another 2-3 minutes. The dish is ready. We serve it in pineapple halves. This is exactly how they do it in Asia, and it always looks very effective. While a pineapple dish is more typical in Thailand, the next recipe follows a different approach. It sends us to Japan, to sushi lovers, rolls, because you can make a very tasty, classy salad. And these will be such big lazy sushi, such in terms of taste. I boiled 3/4 of a glass of dry rice in salted water and laid it out in a ring. We then smeared the rice with mayonnaise. For the next layer, we cut 150 grams of red fish. I have trout. We cut 1 avocado into cubes, sprinkle it with lemon juice and lay it over the fish. On top, we cut nori sheets. I have a small 5-gram package with a diameter of 16 centimeters. In a bowl, mix 70 grams of cottage cheese and a spoonful of mayonnaise. Spread this mixture over the nori sheets and distribute it well. Sprinkle the top with grated cheese. I have 100 grams here. If desired, you can decorate the salad with caviar and greens if it's being prepared for a festive table, or leave it as is without any decoration. The salad is amazing and I would make it as often as possible. It perfectly replaces sushi and rolls. Arm yourself with it, and that's all for me. Thank you very much for watching the video. I wish you a good mood and all the best. Bye everyone.